folks, I'm Ian Baker, and today we're going to go over the 2019 Phoenix Lite 30BH. This is a mid-bunk floor plan, so you have some space for the kids, but as you can see, you still get this big, beautiful rear entertainment space where you have dual opposing slides, you have theater seating on one side, a sofa on the other, and it allows for a peninsula kitchen. Let's start off right over here on the door side slide. You will see the freestanding table and chairs, which I honestly prefer. I think it looks nicer than a booth dinette. Plus, you already have the sofa if you need sleeping space, so you're not really missing out much on the dinette there. You also have a little bit of storage underneath, nothing too extravagant, but it does allow you to put some smaller items in there. Windows all the way across. They didn't put any storage, any cupboards or anything up top, which I think is a good choice. Because, if you did, you might hit them when you come up out of the sofa, something like that. You don't have huge slide box height here. So I think having the windows go all the way up to the top of the slide was the correct choice. LED lights up top, just as you would expect. The table does have a leaf as well, folks. So if you need a little extra room, you have guests coming over, no worries there. You take a look here, you will see your tri-fold sofa. Trifolds are great because not only do they provide a comfortable place to sit, but again, these do fold out into a bed. You can see right here the cushion that you get to sleep on. It is a more comfortable than your traditional style pull-out, and it's not like an air mattress that's going to deflate on you, anything like that. So that way, if you have guests that want to stay the night, again, you are able to accommodate them. And as I said, directly across the theater seating, we'll get to that in just a second, but it does make an excellent space for entertaining guests. On the back wall is the TV, as you would expect, because that is kind of the center focal point of an entertaining space a lot of times. And then right down here, connected to that, is the multimedia center. That unit is a DVD player. It also controls the speakers outside as well as in here. And then underneath that, you will see your fireplace. The fireplace not only looks nice, it also is an electric space heater. So as long as you have shore power, you can turn that on. And it'll do a decent job of helping to take off the chill right in this immediate vicinity. You have storage up top, fluted glass on there, as well as some additional storage on the bottom on both sides. Coming over to the other side here, as I mentioned, is that theater seating. Both of these do recline. You have cup holders on either side. You also have some cup holders right here in the center. This is removable, so if you want to move this over to the sofa, by all means, you can do that too. Otherwise, you can just have it hang out right there. You'll have an electrical outlet over to the side, so if you need to plug in any electronics, you have the capability to do that. And then on this one, they did put some storage here up top. You can take a look up there, and you do have some decent storage. LED lights not only on the top of the slide box, they also put an LED light underneath the cabinet, so it is quite bright over there. Moving forward a little bit, you step into the kitchen. Dometic fridge freezer combo here. Open this up for you so you can get an idea of the space. 8 cubic foot, plenty of room. You have a cutout right here. This unit does run off both propane and electric and also has automatic switchover. Let's shift our focus a little bit to the peninsula, as this will be your main prep space here in the kitchen. You'll see that you have a lot of room to maneuver. Also, they use a thermofoil or seamless countertop here, which allows for an undermount sink. Then they give you the flush sink top cover here as well, so you can use this as prep space too. When we take that off, you'll see the double bowl undermount stainless steel sink there. High-rise faucet here to make washing and rinsing dishes a little bit easier. Electrical outlet over to the side in case you need to plug anything in. Right down underneath that, you'll see some deep storage. I'll open this up for you so you can take a look. So good storage right in there. I know it's on the other side of the countertop, but again, if you can utilize that for some items, definitely a good idea to do so. You'll see the storage right up top here. Kind of, again, have that fluted glass on there, kind of a broken glass look. It's pretty neat. And then on this side, you basically get a pantry running all along the side. You do have some nice lights right above the counter, really helping to brighten up this prep space. And if you come around to the front, I will show you the storage here. You actually have pretty big storage area. Now, one of the things you will notice, they don't have any pulls on here. I'm guessing to make it a little bit easier to walk in and out of here. Personally, I would have liked them just because the doors, to open the doors, the little notch is on top right here. In my opinion, it's a little difficult, but it is manageable. But you open those up, you see 2 full extension drawers here. The bottom one, this is pretty cool. They put in this little divider right here for plates. That way you can put your plates in there so they're not rattling around, hitting on top of each other and breaking. Granted, I generally use paper plates anyway, but for those of you that don't, or if you spend or plan on, full timing, something like that, you probably want actual dishes. That's a pretty good idea there. Opening this up, you'll see big storage underneath the sink, plenty of room for a trash can down there. And if we bump across the other way, you do have a little more space over here with an electrical outlet. So if you want to put a coffee maker there, it's a great spot to do it. Big window going all the way across. This is actually really cool. I do like it. I can open it up here just to kind of give you an idea, but you can see right there. So as I mentioned, it is a big window. I think that's a pretty neat idea. Right over here is your 3-burner cooktop. It is recessed with a glass cover, so you can use that as prep space, fold it up and back just like so. And as I mentioned, that does kind of double as a backsplash there. The knobs themselves light up, which is kind of neat. You can turn them off if you want, but then underneath you have a pretty decent sized oven there as well in case you plan on doing some baking. Big drawer underneath, great for some of your pots and pans. And then you have 4 large drawers right over here. You can see how wide those are, much bigger than most. And lastly, right up top, you have your microwave, a little bit of storage right up here. And then underneath that is your stainless hood with a light and fan. As I mentioned at the heart, this is a mid-bunk unit. So that way the whole family is able to sleep in here. You will see that you have 2 bunks. The top one folds up and tucks away just like so. Obviously, you can drop that down. 300-pound weight capacity on here, folks, so it can accommodate adults. I'm 6 foot, just to give you an idea here. You can see I can lay down. I have a little bit of space here at my head. If you're much taller than that, you know, you're 6'1", 6'2", might not work out for you, but if you're 6 foot or shorter, these should work just fine. Again, 300-pound weight capacity is great. Underneath, you will see a big cubby hole right there, so that's perfect. If you want to put like a duffel bag under there or laundry basket for dirty clothes, it's a great spot for it. This is your fuse box panel, so that will have your fuses as well as your breaker panel in there. Drawers right here, so you have a spot to put some of your folded clothes. If you want TV, the connections for it are right over here. They actually put the mount here, which I prefer, because that way, you know, if you're laying in bed, both people are able to see that. And then right up top, you see some additional storage there as well. When we step into the bathroom, you see right down here in the corner is your foot flush lever toilet. You have a porcelain bowl on there as well, so it's easy to clean. You can see I have plenty of leg room as well as space in the shoulders here too. Take a quick look at the ceiling. One thing that I do like here, you have your standard lights with the light switch, but right here you also have a motion sensor light, which is pretty cool. So you can turn that on to the motion sensor setting, and that way, obviously at night it turns off. If you make your way up here, you have to use the bathroom, the motion sensor will activate and it will turn on for you. Right along here you have your towel racks or robe hooks. You also have the vent fan there to help quickly get the moisture out of here. And then in the corner is the neo-angle shower. Again, I'm about 6 foot. You can see I do have some extra space here underneath the skylight. So if you're 6'2", 6'3", you should still be able to stand in here fairly comfortably. You have the hand wand there, and then the doors are in a roller track. When this is shut, I have plenty of room to be able to spin around. And the great thing about the roller track is that when you are done showering and you open the doors up, the water goes right down the doors into the shower pan. Unlike a swing door where sometimes, you know, it drips onto the floor. Same thing, same issue with a curtain. This one does have a wardrobe slide out in the bedroom, but that continues on here into the bathroom, which is great because this section, it makes a perfect linen closet. You can see storage top and bottom. A couple of drawers there as well for any of your bathroom needs. And lastly, right over here, big mirrored medicine cabinet there. You will see right underneath is your sink top. The thing I like about this is it is a large sink bowl, so it's easy to wash your hands as well as brush your teeth in here. They also gave us a little countertop extension. You have the electrical outlet there, some cubby holes over to the side, and some storage underneath. The bedroom of the 30BH features a queen bed with storage underneath. It is strut supported, so it's easy to access that as well. While we're taking a look, you can see there's a little step up into the bed here too, so just be cognizant of that. When you crawl into bed, you want to make sure you duck so you don't hit your head on the ceiling, which is pretty common in most mid-profiles. On either side, the one side here, you'll notice that you have a nightstand. You have the USB ports up top, so perfect place to naturally charge your phone. Right down underneath that is a cubby hole and an electrical outlet there in case you need to plug in anything else. Emergency exit on the wall. Hopefully you never have to use that, but that is there in the event that you do need to use it. And then across the top, you'll see storage all the way across there, a couple lights underneath. The one side right here has some shelving space, so if you have any folded clothes, it's a great spot for it. This side also has an electrical outlet down underneath. A window here too, and then directly behind me you will see the large wardrobe. So you have hanging space going all the way across here. That way, even though you don't have it on the sides of the bed, you certainly aren't losing it because you do still get this. If you take a look right here on the ceiling, you will see that this one does have the second AC. A lot of times that is an option, and it'll be prepped for it. This particular unit does have it in there. You'll see right over here that is your little, what they call a thermistor, which basically just helps monitor what the temperature is in here, because both of the ACs in this unit are ducted, and the thermostat can control it with a couple different zones, which is quite nice. Last thing I want to touch on is right over here is your TV mount. It comes with it, so all I have to do is put the TV on there. It is a swing arm mount, so you can swing it out and around for a better viewing angle from the TV, or from the bed rather, and the connections for that are right up top. Now that we've seen the inside, let's take a look at some of the outside features on the Phoenix 30BH. Starting off right up front here, this one does come with what they call the turn point technology, where you'll see it is kind of cut back right here, as well as the kingpin sticks out quite a ways from out of the front end here. That helps you get a better turn radius, so as you are backing into some of those tight spaces, you're not crinkling and damage the back of your cab on the truck. If we shoot down underneath, we'll take a look at the front storage compartment. Notice that it is pretty clean here. The majority of your cables are all off to the side. This is pretty cool. This is actually the motor, or rather the control box for your slide out in the bedroom. So in the event that it fails, you can actually unplug a couple of these, switch them back around, and you can actually manually push that slide in, which is pretty cool. Right over here to the side is your battery box. And then right outside here is solar prep. So in the event that you want solar, all you have to do is buy the portable panels, which a lot of times come with a controller, plug it in right there, and it will trickle charge your battery. Coming out and around to this side, you'll see the power awning. Touch a button to roll that out. Same thing to have it go back in. And you have the LED light strip there, so you have light at night. A couple outside speakers, as I mentioned when we were inside, those are controlled by that multimedia center in there. When we open up your propane compartment, you'll see you have a 30-pound tank on this side. You will have another 30-pound tank on the opposite side. The pass-through does have a covered hinge. It's also slam latch. You'll see it uses metal components, which means it works very, very well. It's a big, heavy door, shuts nice and solid. And then when we put this up and lock it in place here, if you take a look inside, you will notice that you have pretty good pass-through storage here as well. You don't have any plumbing coming down in the center, so it is a big space running all the way through. You'll see that you have some satellite hookups off to the side there, as well as an electrical outlet in case you need to plug in any kind of TV or anything in there. Then you have another electrical outlet right out here. Moving back a little bit, we get into the steps. This one does have the solid step system by LCI. So the solid step system are great, folks. It folds up into the door to stow away. The thing I love about it is just like it says, it is very solid. I'm over 200 pounds. You know, I can jump up and down on this thing and it doesn't flex like, you know, your normal steps do. You also see the big grab handle right here, so that way you do have extra control when entering or exiting the RV. It also has aluminum treads, so that way the treads aren't going to rust. They will stay looking nice. Quick note about the sidewall. Behind this fiberglass skin, you actually have Azdel composite rather than Luan. What most manufacturers use is what's called Luan, which essentially is a type of wood, and that of course will absorb moisture if it gets wet. The great thing about Azdel is not only is it lighter weight and a green material, so it doesn't have off-gassing, but it does not absorb moisture. So in the rare event that you do get water behind the wall, you have a much less chance of getting that delamination because it's not going to absorb that water again, like most manufacturers, they'll have that issue with the Luan. When you drop down underneath here, you'll see the aluminum alloy wheels, which not only look great now, but will continue to do so because, as I mentioned previously, aluminum does not rust. Over off to the side, kind of behind that, if you can see it, there's a little tool right there to drop down the spare tire. That is where the spare tire is located. Hopefully, you never have to use it. Coming around to the back side, you'll see your rear-mounted ladder, so you can climb up onto the roof in case you need to get up there for any maintenance, or, you know, when you're done camping, you want to brush off pine cones, leaves, things like that. It is a fully walkable roof, and the ladder allows you to easily climb up there. Front and center there is your backup camera prep. If you want a backup camera, having the prep makes it easier to install, meaning it'll save you money on professional labor. And then right down here is your bumper with the square end cap, so that gives you a convenient spot in which you can store your sewer hose. On the off-door side here is your 50 amp detachable power cord. This is where it plugs in at. Because this one does have the two ACs on there as well as the fireplace, you're definitely going to want 50 amp to be able to run all that. Outside shower with both hot and cold water access here, city water inlet, as well as a black tank flush to help wash anything out of the black tank. And then as we come around to this side right over here, you will see all of your essentially cable inlets right there. This will help guide everything throughout the coach to the different TVs. Then you will also see your tank fill and your winterization system right there. And then lastly, right over here to the side is your battery disconnect to kill all power to the RV. All right, folks, that wraps it up. Again, this is a 2019 Shasta Phoenix Lite 30BH. If you're interested in this fifth wheel and you'd like price and availability, simply click on the link in the description. Thanks again for watching. I'm Ian Baker, and let's go camping.